Hello and welcome everybody to this ProQuest Gauntlet series for LSS YouTube channel. I am Pierre from L'Œil d'Ophidia and I am honored to be joined today by Christian Franco, the French national champion. Hey Chris, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you, Pierre.
Today we are trying to show you a very common matchup you will face in your ProQuest, Chane against Oldhim Fatigue. I think the key from the Chane side is to put the fatigue package against Oldhim. The usual suspects are Enelwed Right and All From Beyond to be able to recycle them for the end game where you want to pitch stack through 4 blues in your hand. So you will have all from beyond to play by the end of the game, trying to push the last point of damage. And also, in order to play Eclipse, you need the Shadow Puppetry, the Shadow of Ursure, sorry, which are really important to play 6 Blood Depth cards during the last turn of the game. And Type Snap Potion, which is really useful also. You don't have to push that many point of damage at the beginning of the game. You need to push a maximum damage during the mid game and the late game. So you can sacrifice one of your action points to play a potion at the beginning of the game to be able to play your 6 Blood Depth cards at the end of the game. And then there is a special small new technique that I use to beat fatigue, especially Oldhim who play a lot of defense reaction, which are Command and Conquer, which I used to remove from my deck because of the crown, but because it won't be able to defend with defense reaction. Sometimes when you have 3 or 4 defense reaction in hand, could be basically 6 points of damage for free. And the last combo, which is a little bit unusual, is Shadow Puppetry plus Exclude Confidence. When you have in end game a lot of blue in your hand, you will be able to prevent Oldhim to play instant and defense reaction for the whole Chane link. So it helps you a lot to push the last point of damage. What about your version, Chris?
Yeah, my version you will see is an heavy one with a lot of defense reaction. I will bring the classical ones, you know them, the Sing Belows and the Fate for Sins. You will see them in all the Oldhim decks. Also, the blue stunt response are also frequently used by a Guardian player. What I'm playing today is being, as I said, with an heavy build, and I will add here 3 red stunt response and 2 red turn timbers. This is really great against the red Minoism and also All From Beyond. When Chane will go tall, I will be able to prevent most of the damages. Of course, Pulse of Isenloft is included, and also 3 sigils. The sigils are really great because sometimes it's a bit hard to defend against Rosetta, and the sigils can do a great job. And also in the early game, they are really interesting when there are not a lot of pressure of the Chane player. So here are the package. This package is also used against Starvo. It is really useful. So yeah, you can have it without problem. It will be useful in some matchups. The other thing that I want to speak is the shield. I am running Rampart. Some player will say that Stalagmite is also a great option, and it is. Today I will play this one. It prevents the leak of damage during all the rounds. Stalagmites is a good option to prevent Ursure to come. Combining with Blizzard, it's really something interesting. But today I will be on this one.
Yeah, I play against both, and I prefer to face the Stalagmite. The Rampart is really difficult to not close the Chane every turn, so I think you made the good choice here. The good news for all the Chane players is that not all Oldhim are playing Sigil or Solace. The bad news for me is that today Chris is playing them, so I will try to do my best to push the last point of damage. We'll see how it goes. Chris, do you want to odd or even? It's odd, so you choose.
So I'll choose to go first.
Okay. Good luck and have fun.
Yeah, so yeah, going first is important because I want to prevent Chane to create first Soul Shackle. Creating Soul Shackle is the key for victory for Chane. And I want also to be able to play a Sigil, for instance, or mainly to have a card in my arsenal and to activate my Crown for the next round. So probably the other thing also on first round, I can attack Chane. It will be good call to. He will stop the attack with some cards from his hand, and these cards perhaps he will miss them at the end of the game. So it's also something interesting, and I will first. Don't forget it, your counter on Tunic, and then I will attack with Entangle, pitching blue Staunch Response and attacking for 7. This is yeah.
When you don't want to fatigue your opponent, it's not always a good thing to attack, but against Chane, I think it's a really good call because you are able to mill and fatigue more cards. So I will block for 8.
Yep. And I'll Arsenal.
Blocking with a red Minnowism is not always a good news. Thankfully, in my version, I play 3 Minnowism red and 3 Minnowism blue, so it's not as important as it could be in other versions. I draw 3, and I will start by...
Now I will go into the defensive part of my strategy. You will perhaps see me attacking a bit during the first round if the pressure is low, but it's not so important to attack now. The best is to prevent the maximum of damages. I will sometimes, even if an attack comes to 1, I will throw a card to defend and prevent this damage. It could be important in the late game to keep even one elf.
I will use my Chane to create a shackle. And I play a Belittle, which is not working with shackle, so it will allow me not to close the combat chain later. I reveal a Vexing Malice, and I get a red Minnowism in my hand, and I attack for 3 go again.
Yeah. So you have three card in hand?
Yes, Minnowism, okay. Vexing Malice, and a card.
Sure. So as Oldhim, I am always keeping a track of the number of cards he has in hand because of I can if he has only 1, I will probably play the ice difference action from Oldhim to prevent this card to be used to go to Arsenal or something. Now I know that you will probably break the chain to play Minnowism. I expect him not to play Creepers in this early game, so I will want to play the shield. I think during the first attack, perhaps to be able to use it again. So I will pitch ice. I have 2 floating. And I will use the shield. thinking now if I want to use Crone, and yep, I will go that way. So Crone. So now I can block here for 2, and I will go to the defense action step if you have nothing to do.
Yeah,
Pierre.
nothing to do.
Yeah.
I think you have only 1 resource left.
Yeah, sure. And I will use the Hearth reaction from Oldhim. I will prevent the next 2 damages. So now I am here. I have 1 floating, and I'm preventing the 3 damages coming from the Belittle, and I have 1 floating. Okay. 1 resource floating and 1 health prevention also.
I will break the Chane with Minnowism.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's too early to play the Creepers, I will use 1 resource to play another Belittle and revealing a Vexing Malice.
Oh, nice. That's a great end. Starting with 2 Belittle is, whoa, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's cool because now I have only 1 Belittle left and I can pitch stack a lot.
That's really a good start from the Chane player.
So 3, go again.
Yeah. Vexing Malice, which color is it? It's a red one or a blue one?
Blue.
A blue one, okay. So now we are attacking for 6.
Yes, go again.
Yeah, and I'll block. I have 1 from the Crone. I will use 1 resource. The shield will go to 2, and I will go to the defense reaction step, and I will play Sink Below, okay. And I'll sink a card. So block is 6, and Crone still floating.
Okay. Now I will attack for 2 and 2, go again thanks to the shackle.
Here I will, I have the Crone that is preventing 1 from the arcane, and I'll take the 2 physical, okay. And the arcane, so I'm taking 3 damages here.
Okay, so you're at 37, and you have 2 cards.
And I have 2 cards.
Okay, so I think if my opponent had 1 card in hand, he would like to put a card in his arsenal, so I will have probably push more damages, but now I prefer to keep an arsenal for next turn and play a bigger turn, so I will just pass the priority and try to arsenal.
Yeah, and before the end of your turn, I will play a red sigil. Okay, going to 40.
Going to 40 again. And now I can think if I want to push his more damage or keep an arsenal.
I would have probably should have kept that for my turn. Yeah. That's perhaps a mistake.
It's too early to sacrifice the Iron Weave, I think, and it's also, and I also want to keep an arsenal, so I will just pass the turn.
Yep. Yeah, my turn will be pretty fast, just tunic and arsenaling. So yeah, as I said at the beginning of the game, it's really important to every turn to have a card to put in arsenal. It's really key in this matchup, and yeah, so don't forget to do it.
I banish Wounding Demigon, and I will
The only reason I would not put a card in my arsenal in my turn, the only reason I would defend with all my cards would be that my opponent will kill me. That's the first option. Or the second one would have an on it very powerful. But I will, if it's not one of these cases, I will always keep a card to put in arsenal.
I will pitch 2 to use my grasp and make a rune chant. Shackle number 2. And I will attack for 5 go again and a rune chant.
Yeah.
Making the rune chant at the beginning of the turn allow me not to break the Chane later. And my hand is not so good, so I don't have enough go again to play all my cards. So I pitch card that will be banished at the end of the match, which will be really useful to play Eclipse. And still trying to push a little bit of damage.
Yeah. My turn. I am defending. I will pitch 3. I will use the Neuron Boots to prevent the rune chant. I will keep for the moment the Crown of Seeds there. So rune chant is preventing, and then you're attacking me for 5. And I will, as I said, I have a lot of big defense reaction, and I will go there and use Turn Timber red, defending for 6 with my last 2 floating, so preventing all the damages from this attack.
I will attack for Rosetta 2 and 2.
Now I think I want to perhaps, if I had a resource, but yeah, I will use Crown here. Pitching, I will pitch here, thinking, yeah, I will pinch my red Staunch Response. And, oh, yeah, probably not best call, but still. I will take 1 Arcane, going to 39, and then I will block the physical with Cranial Crush, taking 1.
So
if I add here a blue or something else or a yellow card, I would have prevented all the arcane with the. I could have used Neuron again, but I had this red, so couldn't do better.
I pass the turn, Arsenal, and pass.
Yeah, my turn. Yeah, this one goes to the bottom. And my turn, I will use Tunic to go to 3, and I will Arsenal.
Okay, 2 Shackles, Invert Existence, and Ghostly Visit. I play Belittle, pitching red, and showing you yellow bonding damage. I get.
Yeah, so you are attacking with Belittle. Yeah.
Luminoism.
Yeah, going to attacking for 3. I'll block for 3 with Winter's Grasp.
Okay, so because he didn't use Rampart, now I can change my plans and close the combat chain if I want. I will pitch blue and attack for 2 with the Rosetta. Go again from the shackle.
Yes. I'll crone, pitching, putting card on the bottom. Yeah. Crone. I have 2 floating. I'll use 1. For Rampart.
Okay.
And I will play the Earth React.
Okay.
So block 2, and I have 2 elf preventing from just spending.
Okay. So now if I use my grasp, I couldn't have used them before because it would have taken the go again from the shackle. But if I use it with the Rampart now, it will save 1 life, so I won't do it. And I want to save also my Ghostly Visit for next turn, so I prefer to push less damage with Rosetta and keep my Ghostly Visit for later. It's like another arsenal card. So I will just play Command and Conquer for 6.
And I'll block with Cranial Crush for 3, plus the 2 from the Earth React, so it's blocking for 5, taking 1.
You go to 38. And it's end of my turn. I take 2 from Blood Depth, 38 also. Now that my 3 belittle are pass, I need to pitch stack right now. You can also pitch stack earlier and not find a Minoism with belittle if you need. But luckily for me, I can do it now without any problems later.
Okay, and in my turn, I will then just Arsenal and pass.
Okay, so the next card I put on the bottom will be Ban, and the other one will be in my hand. So I want to push to put the Blood Depth in the Banish and the blue card in my hand at the end of the game. So now I draw 3, and you can go.
Yeah, and my turn, I just Arsenal and pass. Go back to you.
Okay, 3 shackles, 1, 2, and 3. So I need to think just a little bit. This turn is a little bit weird.
Yeah, just to come back on the previous turn, for the Guardian players to think to use the Oldhim Death Reaction is really important. It is important to prevent arcane damage when you use it with Earth cards. So yeah, don't forget to use it at the right moment. It is really important to prevent damages.
4 shackle, 6 go again, and I banish yellow Bonding Demigun, and I have 1 resource.
How many cards?
2. 1 in the arsenal.
Yeah, a huge change turn is coming. With 2 Hole from Beyond could be really a big turn now. Thinking, yeah, I think I will. Yes, I will use Rampart here, using one resource, and I'll block with Grasp, blocking 4 here and taking 2.
Okay. So you go to 36. I think it's too early to use the creepers. So I will have to break the Chane. And I will attacking for 5. Go again. Shadow Puppetry and Ghostly Visit.
One card. So now I have to be very careful. I don't want to play any Ice React because he has Invert in existence in the Banish. So if I play an Ice React with the Oldhim ability, he will be able to play Invert as an instance, and if it's a blue card, he will not put any card on the top of his deck, and he will have two floating. So here is
it's a
mandatory.
trap.
It's a trap. Yes. So Chane has been closed. Shields back. I think I'll use it again. Go to 2. Here, he has already a lot of cards in his banish. He will not be able to play all of them. So I will probably let him take a look at the card on the top of his deck, and I will block here only for 2.
Okay, so you take 4.
Yeah.
You go to 32.
Perhaps, yep, we'll see.
I look. I will not banish it, even if it's not a great card. I want to keep my pitch stack like it is, even if it's only 2 cards that I pitch so far. And now, because my opponent keep a lot of cards in his hand, I think if I play All from Beyond and Bonding Demigon or Rosetta, it will be easy for him to prevent. So what I will do is to just play a tap potion. I don't care about him hitting me back. So I keep that card at the end in order to see if my opponent will have no card in hand. I can pitch it and push damages. Or if he has 2 cards in hand and the crown still active, I can just play it and save more go again for later. It's like a bank. And I will take 4 damage from the banish, going to 34, and pass the turn.
Yeah, just before the end of your turn, I will crown.
Yeah.
Yep, and put a card using my last resource. Yep, and it's the end of my turn. In my turn, I will attack you with the Winter's Rail and with Frostbite.
Okay, it's pretty much good news because I cannot play all cards for my hand next turn. And I will block for 4.
Yep, that's blocked. I will Arsenal and pass to you.
4 shackles, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Play all from beyond, 1 resource left. I pitch all from beyond. Play a second all from beyond. Shackle number yes, all from beyond red. Shackle number 5. Attack for 9, go again.
How many resource floating?
0. Yellow bonding demigon, yeah.
Okay. As he pitch red card, I think I will go with the Blizzard for my arsenal. I want to, yeah. I want to prevent, because there's a Riftbind that can hurt a lot, or even Rosetta. So, and I'm thinking that is probably another red in hand. So perhaps you will lose go again on this one. So I choose to play Blizzard for my arsenal.
I won't pay.
Okay. Now I have to block for 9.
Yes.
9. I will block with Entangle, Crush Coffiners for 6, and Fate Foreseen, going to 10. I will opt 1, and I will choose to put it on the bottom of the deck.
Okay. I pitch 1 to play invert. I think you don't have any. You don't have non-attack.
No non-attack action card. I can banish 2 if just 2.
Yeah.
For instance.
Just to save a little bit of health, and it will be the end of my turn.
Okay, great. Yep, and in my turn I will arsenal, as always, arsenal, and pass back to Pierre.
Five shackles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Blood depth is not an issue. It's like more arsenal. It's like a necropotence for MTG players. You will take a little bit of damage against fatigue to have extra card advantage. So it's a really good deal for me right now to get a lot of good banish. I really don't care about my health right now. 34 is a lot. I think last turn I took 3 damage from blood depth. I'm 31. I still have a lot of time, so it's pretty good. It's a really complicated turn. I will shackle number 6. Pitch Vexing Malice to play. Vexing Malice go again. 2 and 1.
Floating using Neuron Boots, 1 floating, so preventing the 2 arcane there. And then he's coming for 1, pay 1, use the shields.
Yeah, sure. I play Shadow of Furture, banishing Shadow of Furture, you attacking for 2.
How many cards left in your hand?
2.
2 cards. Thinking. And in the banish, you have lots of Bounding Demigons, Riftbind.
2 Bounding Demigons, 1 Shadow of Furture, 1 Seeping Shadow, 1 Riftbind, 1 Hallowed Rite, and a blue Bounding Demigon.
Okay. So now I'm considering that he has no non-attack action card. So I think I will overblock here. We'll try it that way. So with a Fate Foreseen and opting, keeping the card on the top. So blocking, yeah.
Shadow of Furture, banishing Unhallowed Rites, taking for 2 go again.
2 go again. Yeah. Yes, 2 floating. So I can, yeah, 2, it's okay. I'll take 2, yeah, because there will be another attack after that. So I want to keep a card to see.
So you go to 30.
30.
And now I would like to save a lot of cards in my blood depth. So this one. I think I have enough cards in my blood depth, so I can push 1 more damage instead of Rosetta. I could have Rosetta this turn for 2, but I think pushing 1 more damage won't be that relevant, but maybe taking 1 less damage could be interesting. So attacking for 3.
I'll block for 3 with a blue Macho Grande.
Arsenal and pass.
Yep.
I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, going to 25.
Yeah, in my turn, I will Arsenal and pass to you.
Okay, 6, 1, 2, 6. I play a Seeping Shadow for 3. And I play Shackle first, so I don't have to buy the Chane later, which is really important for Exclude Confidence. And now I attack for 5 go again with Exclude Confidence.
How many cards left?
3.
3, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll try it this way. It's coming for 5. I will block 3 with Macho Grande. Macho Grande is great because it's attacking for 8, so Exude probably will not be active. Any attack reaction on your side, Pierre?
Yes, I do. Before attack reaction, after you block,
Yes.
I have a window so I can pump my
Sure.
Exclude Confidence. So it's 8.
Yeah.
I will pitch 6. Yeah, so I go to 8 as well. So now you cannot play defense reaction and instance.
You're at 9. Yeah.
8. 4,
Sipping.
5, 6,
Sipping.
and Sipping Shadow, 9.
Yeah, at +1, yeah. Okay, so I'm taking thinking 9. I'll pitch for Crone.
Is it an instance?
I cannot. Yeah, but I can respond on your instance, I think.
You can no.
Before your pump is
before
active.
the pump, yes. Before the second pump, you can respond. Yeah.
Yeah. Or let's take it like that. It's okay. It's fine. Yeah. Just take 6. It's fine.
Okay, you go to 24. And that's the turn I want to push maximum damage. So, is Rampart an instant?
Nope.
Just an activation.
Sure. Yes.
Okay. I will. No, if I do that, I break the Chane, and I doesn't want to break the Chane. So I will just play. Bonding Demigon for 4 go again on the Sipping Shadow. From the Chane.
Yeah, sure. I'll block 3 and take 1.
You go to 23. And I will play another Bonding Demigon for 4.
I'll block 3 with Channel Deck Frigid. Take 1.
Okay, you go to 22.
Yeah, so here I use a non-attack action card, but I prefer to use it. I don't need it for the next turn. So yeah, but Pierre will be able to play an invert later in the
game. I could have used my Tap Snap Potion at the beginning of the turn, and also other card I had in hands, but my plans were a little bit different with Eclipse. But because he blocked with Macho Grande, the Exclude Confidence, I had to pitch more blues than I thought. So I think I'm happy with this turn, and I will Arsenal, pass, and take 3 damage from Blood Debt. 22.
Yes, and in my turn I will just pass. Pass back to you.
Okay. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Because all the cards I pitch now will be on my banish zone at the end of the game. That's the turn I want to play Unalloyed Rights. So I play a Shadow Puppetry. I pitch 1. Play Unalloyed Rights and putting all from beyond the bottom of my deck banish late. If I didn't miscount my stacking and if I don't take too much Oldhim reactions.
Yeah, I will pitch to play the shield, 2 floating, and then sink below. I will not sink.
Okay.
Any reactions?
No.
I will use Oldhim and react with a pulse of Ilsenloft. So I will be able to prevent the next 2 damages, and you have to put a card on the top of your deck.
Yeah, I put that. So now we shackle number 8 and close the chain. I pitch 2, 1 resource left, and I attack for 4, and I put the second All from Beyond at the bottom of my deck so I can make a huge turn at the end.
Yeah, here I will use the different instruction I have in Arsenal. It will be a red staunch response, blocking for 7.
Okay. You have 1 card in hand?
Yeah, 1 card in hand, 2 prevention damage on Oldhim, and 2 resource floating. 0 resource floating.
Two and 2 Rosetta.
Yeah, so I will use the 2 here, prevent the arcane, and I will use the resource on the tunic to add +1 to the shield, and shield is blocking for 2, so it's full blocked.
Okay, I take 3, going to 19.
Yep.
And I go 4.
My turn, I will tunic, and then Arsenal. Pass to you.
8. 1, 2, 3, 4. The third after 4. It's okay. 5, 6, 7.
How many cards left?
13.
13.
I'm going to pitch 4 grasp, making a enchant. And shackle number 9. So I still have 1 resource floating. And I play a Ghostly Visit for 1 enchant and 4 go again.
How many cards?
2.
Oh, 2.
So what is hard for the Chane player is you have to think about the ice reaction, which is not really often, but sometimes it can make you lose the game. You need to think about your pitch stack. How many cards do you want to draw every turn to have a blue hand the turn you will eclipse? It's a lot of things to think. On top of that, you need to think about not breaking the chain for the rampart and to maximize your damage. So it's a lot of practice if you want to beat the fatigue decks.
Okay. So I just crone, use Neuron Boots, and sink below. So Arcane has been prevented with the boots, crone still floating, and physical has been blocked with sink, and I'll sink a card.
Okay.
I have 1 resource floating.
So now I will pitch, play Command and Conquer, 2 resources left.
You pitch a blue one?
Yes.
Command and Conquer. I guess I will use my resource for the rampart. I will block 3, and my crone is still active, so I think I'll block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take 1.
You're going to 21.
Yeah.
and it's your turn. Okay. I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Now with my resource, sorry, I will take 5. I will invert you. I think you didn't block with any.
Yeah, I have one. So.
Oh, you have one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take 2. I will remove that and attack. No, an attack.
Yeah, sure.
You take 2. You go to 19, and I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going to 15, 14. You don't have any other non-attack action. It was the only one, right?
No, only one. Yeah.
Okay.
And my turn. Tunic goes to 2. I will play Sigil of Solace from end, going to 22 life, I think.
22, yeah.
23, okay. And 22. I will 22, yeah, nice. And I'll arsenal.
Okay. So now it's my Eclipse turn, because if I didn't miss my pitch stack, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And sometimes it won't be enough when my opponent is at 22 life, mainly because of the sigils, but let's see what we can do. Because I don't want to break the Chane, I will start with use the potion in order to get 2 action points. Also play a Sipping Shadow. Pitch 2 and play All from Beyond. Shackle number 10. And in order to keep my go again flowing from the Sipping Shadow, I will play Unalloyed Rights. Put this all in the bottom. So attacking you for 7 go again, and Sipping Shadow still active.
Okay, I will use Crown. 2. This one goes to the bottom. 7. Use the shield. 1 resource. And block 7. Crown still available.
Okay, now I will play Abounding Demigun for 5. Go again from the Sipping Shadow. And we have 4 cards with Blood Depth, which are this turn.
Yeah, sure. I will only use the crown here. I'll take 4, I guess.
18.
Yeah.
You have 2 cards?
Sure.
Okay, so now I think I can be face up more or less. I will pitch to use my crown. So resources left. And I will play a Moverian Sky, which will give me a 3rd action point. It's a blue one.
Yep.
And I play Yellow Bonding Demigun. Go again, and on 3 damage, and on it, I create a Ancient. We have 5 cards with depth.
Yeah.
system.
I'll take the damages here.
Okay, so you take 1, 2, 3, and one shot. You go to 15. And I create a bridge. So now I know what my opponent wants to do. He wants to keep 2 cards in hand in order to kill Ursure if I play Eclipse this turn. So I need to push the maximum damage. Uh, 5. I will use 1 action. 2 remainings. 1 resource left. I attack for 5. Runechant and 2 Rosetta.
Yeah, I have 1 resource floating, so I'll use it to prevent the Runechant. I'll take the 2 arcane, and I'll block with the Crater Fist the 2 physical.
You go to 13. You have no resources left.
Nope.
So now it's easy for me to break the Chane. So my opponent won't be able to pump the Rampart if he wants to keep his 2 cards in hand. So I will use my Aether One Wave to get 2 resources and break the Chane. With 2 resources going to 1 resource, I play All From Beyond, and now I have 6 Blood Depth cards played. And I will attack for 6 and 1 action point left.
Yeah, I'll block 2, take 4.
You go to 9?
Yeah.
And I will play Eclipse. I have 1 resource, 1 action point left. And I attack for 6.
Yeah, and I'll take 6 here.
You're going to 3. Did you took any arcane damage this time?
I think
Rosetta or the Runechant? Yeah, you took the Rosetta.
I took 2 from the
right. So creepers are safe. I will play with my light resource as an instant. Do you have any?
Nope.
You have no
I had 1. It was already
too much.
Too much, yeah.
Okay, so should I keep it or just in case you have to block with it? Yeah, I think it's a good idea to take 1 more. I just save it for later.
Okay.
And I take 3. Just in case you have to block with an attack action. I'm going to 11. You are 3. And I will put that and do 4.
Yeah. In my turn, Tunic goes to 3, and I'll indeed I will attack Ursure with Command and Conquer.
Sure. So Ursure is dead.
And it's your turn.
Oh. J'ai pas entendu Romain, je suis désolé. Yeah, losing Ursure right now could be a huge issue because it's a hard lock when my opponent is at 3 or 2 life. But I will try to push enough damage and let's see if I can put the last 3 damage because it doesn't have any arsenal. So it's still possible. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's not necessarily the last turn because I can still maybe recycle cards, but it's still a difficult. So let's try this. All from beyond, 1 resource left. Chane, 11. Attacking for 5, go again.
Five, go again. I'll pitch for Rampart. 2 floating. I block here for 3, and in the defense action step, I will pitch a nerf card to have 2 here. So it's blocking here for 4 and use 1 from here. 5.
Okay. You have 1 card in hand.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it could work. So I will now play 1 to Rosetta 2 and 2.
I'll use 1 resource here to use the Null Ruin to prevent 1 arcane. Yep. The second arcane is prevented with the defense reaction,
Yes.
the earth reaction, and now 2 physical.
Yep.
I'll block 1 with the tunic.
And you go to 2.
Yes.
So I will use
taking the resource also there
okay.
as an instance.
I will use my creepers with 1 red, and I will play as an instant Movian Skies. So now I have 1 action point.
Attacking for 5?
Yes, go again.
Yeah, I'll block for 3, so it's game, I think.
Yeah, it's a very difficult matchup in both ways, in both sides. You should think about a lot of things at the same time, so it's really hard. And also the game is supposed to be shorter than that, because we were explaining at the same time and talking to each other. But I have played during the Pro Tour. I have played a lot of Oldhims, maybe 3, between the calling and the Pro Tour, and it never went to time. So yeah, you need to train in both sides to not to make draws. Good game.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you had a really great banish at the beginning, and I think I made mistakes in the first turns when I bet that you would play your 2 hole. So I kept a defense reaction on my arsenal and chose to take damages. Yes, that bait was not the good one.
That's the privilege of being on the attacking side, because you can change your mind in the middle of the combat chain. If you have used your defense reaction and you have no more card in hand, I will play my all and push damages. If you don't do it, I play my potion or just attack with Rosetta. So that's the advantage of being on the attacking side.
Yeah, and you had a really great banish in the first turn, so that allowed you to play that way, and it was really difficult to defend greatly, because I think if I would have defended on the first one, I would have took damage, a lot of damage after that. But still, I think it would have been the good choice. So yeah, you should not let leak damages like I did in some of the first turns.
Yeah, the very
because
important
I'm missing these lives now, and yeah, GG.
Yes, there were two really important turns. There were the Shadow of Fursure Exclude Confidence turn. No, it wasn't Shadow of Fursure. It was, I think, Seeping Shadows with Exclude Confidence were really important, and you took something like 15 or 20 damage that turn. And the second turn, obviously, was the Eclipse turn, where you had to took too much damage in order to kill Ursure. So I think it is a key, but also when we play test together for the Pro Tour, you beat me, I don't know, 5 times in a row maybe. So I don't think all the game are like this. Most of the people say if you don't draw Art of War, you won't be able to beat Fatigue, which is not true, because I was able to beat Fatigue and I have banished my 3 Art of Wars, but still it's a difficult matchup and you need to train a lot if you want to beat it. Same for Oldhim player. If you want to beat constantly Chane, you train a lot. So that's it for today. Thank you very much, Chris.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to play this game with you.
Pierre. Yeah, it was a pleasure too. Thank you.
Thanks everyone. Stay tuned for the next 2 videos of this ProQuest Gauntlet series. I'm Pierre Canali, and it was an honor to be with you today. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.